think so.
Though
too.
unfortunately, when you put makeup on and all that,
Go straight to Captain Spaulding.
you do look just like Captain Spaulding. So maybe it's not the right. But you could be a clown without makeup.
It could be in August. I could be whatever.
You could be a Charlie Chaplin or a Buster Keaton.
A hobo or a
without the stunts.
Yeah, I'm too old for stunts.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we'll move on to our final thoughts.
All right.
Musical interlude. You can't forget to put the music between each one of these things.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, well, what do you think the future holds for clowns?
I think the future here is bleak.
That's
I think
sad.
It is sad. You know what? This is going to sound crazy and off topic, but do you ever remember seeing, and I've talked about it on the podcast before, the movie about the witch that's making all the pancakes to make people happy again so that she can scare them all over again?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about that. There needs to be a point where we turn the corner and we make clowns happy again for everybody so that we can scare them again later.
Okay.
Well, it's the other way around. They've become so scary at this point.
Well,
now we've got to turn the corner and we've got to somehow make it positive. I don't know how.
That's the thing.
I think this podcast is going to do it. It's a start.
Oh, I'm sure, because so many people are going to listen to this. Probably.
I'm just saying that hopefully somebody maybe has a little bit more respect for clowns, even if they didn't. Maybe they just tuned in for the last half of this where they hate clowns, but I'm hoping that they see the positive in there.
I hope so. I mean, I hope there still is a future for. I mean, it's up to people to. I mean, people would have to start teaching their children again, I guess, to not fear them and to make them a good, positive thing again.
Right.
But I posed 2 questions here, and it's sad because I think I know how I want to answer them. But it was, is there a place for them in the future, and are they just going to be a horror character? And of course, when I say is there a place for them in the future, I mean in their good, happy state.
In a positive light, sure.
Yeah, or are they just going to be a horror character?
I don't know.
I fear that that's their fate, and it just makes me sad. But you know what? I'll be old and dead by then, so I won't have to see it happen.
Well, that's an awful way to end this. Even though I'm laughing.
The fact that I'll be old and dead in another, let's see, how old am I? I maybe have another good, 30, 40 years left if I'm lucky. People live a long time in my family. I've got the longevity, but, I feel like as soon as everything goes all to crap and there's nothing good left in the world anymore, I'm going to croak, so I don't really care. I feel sad for my nieces and nephews, but
I don't think that's going to happen. Well, there'll always be somebody. There'll be something.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
And
if
so.
Nothing else,
I guess
even
I'm
if we
kind of
have
cynical.
to turn, even if we have to turn to another country to look for it. I mean, it's great that we would have them here,
right.
But you know what I mean. I think that there's still going to be a future for them. I don't think they're going to die out. It's up to them, up to the performers themselves, to break that mold.
Well, do they have to maybe change in some way? Like, because I love the classic clown, the big ruffled collar, the red nose, the pointy hat, the frizzy hair, the big shoes, 100 of them coming out of one tiny car. That's the clown that I love. But, Cirque du Soleil is popular. They have clowns in there, but they're different. They're more European and more sophisticated. Right. Maybe there will always be room for that kind of a clown, and people will always be forgiving of them.
Maybe.
But I fear that my childhood clown...
The circus clown is gone. It has maybe.
I hope not.
Oh, I hope not either. There'll still be rodeo clowns.
Yeah, there will be. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always going to be a place for them. And I think rodeo clowns is a good example because there's an evolution there.
Yeah, a lot of people won't go to rodeos, though.
Well, yeah.
So I feel like clowns Clowns used to be something more accepted in the general public, and it's just, I don't know.
Gone, never to be replaced. Well,
we'll see.
We'll see what the future holds.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for sticking with us to the end of the show. We really appreciate it.
I wonder how many dropped off in between.
Well, maybe they just paused it and came back to it later. However you enjoyed the show, we hope you did enjoy it.
It's a long episode, and I thank you for sticking it out if you did. And because this one here wanted to do it in 2 parts, and I wouldn't let him. So if it was way too long and grueling, it was my fault.
We'll blame it all on you.
Yes.
Who cares? That's the beauty of podcasts. You can download them and listen to it at your own pace.
Yeah, and it was our 300th episode.
Our 300th episode.
It needed to be giant.
After this, we are going to also now be doing our throwback episodes. Yeah. Throwback Thursday, you'll get a chance to hear about the original podcast. It'll be kind of a 1.2 because there'll be an intro, and I'll talk a little bit on some of them.
How are you gonna?
I'll talk a little bit about maybe not every show, but I'll talk about maybe something that happened in the show or whatever. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. Anyhow, stay tuned for that. Our next episode will probably be Get Out. I think that's one of the shows, one of the movies that we have coming up.
And that will be we'll be back to our regular format.
We'll back to our regular format and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In the meantime, you can get in contact with us by emailing us directly at madsaxon, that's MADSAXXON, at yahoo.com. Look us up on Facebook, VICISINTERIMO, or just friend me, S. Michael Jones. Thank you again. A huge thank you to our patrons that have been there for us and help us with the show, getting it done every week. And also to Lee H. for his cash donation, again, for the podcast. We appreciate that.
It's very nice.
Anybody that can help out, even if it's just by clicking like and subscribing to the podcast and sharing it, we appreciate that. Think we killed it.
I think we did.
Thanks for listening.
I heard a joke once. Man goes to doctor, says he's depressed. Life seems harsh and cruel. Says he feels all alone in threatening world. Doctor says treatment is simple. The great clown Pagliacci is in town. Go see him. That should pick you up. Man bursts into tears. But doctor, he says, I am Pagliacci. Good joke. Everybody laugh. Roll on snare drum.